So for number one, I remember. So which of the following are how are you going to take the lead? I forgot.
Okay, so number one, which of the following are residents of rich countries likely to have in greater quantities or better quality than residents of poor countries? I put D, all of the above.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Number two, during the past century, the average growth rate of U.S. real GDP per person implies that it doubled on average about every 35 years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Three, the average income in a rich country such as the United States or Japan is more than 10 times, but less than 20 times the average income in a poor country such as Indonesia or Nigeria.
Yeah.
Yep.
Four, which of the following correctly ranks the three countries from highest to lowest for percentage of high school age children in school? C, United Kingdom, Mexico, Mali.
Mm-hmm.
Can you say that one again? I couldn't hear you.
C.
C.
What was that? C.
Oh, thank you.
Number five, countries that grew the fastest over the last 100 or so years had average growth rates of real income per person of about 2.5% per year.
2.5.
Yeah, 2.5% per year.
So did you get? I know I put 2 on this one. So how did you? I was like, how did you get the 2.5? Was it in the reading or was it based off of that map or what?
I think it was in the book.
Mm-hmm. I think most of these were in the book.
Did you guys all get 2.5?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I put 2, but that's okay.
Wait, so we have 2 2s and 2.5. Should we look this up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I put 2. I remember putting 2 on that one.
I think
Okay, well, we will look that up.
2.6.
What did you say?
I think the highest was 2.6 or 2.7, but I'm not sure.
I remember it being. I think it's B. That's what I had put. But let me see if I can pull up.
I'm sorry, you guys.
Okay. No.
My internet's super slow.
Yeah, my parents' internet. Look, this isn't even working. Okay. I don't. All I remember is that it said 2.0 for the United States, so I based it off of that. But what the heck? Okay, I can't pull it up if somebody else wants to pull it up.
I'm trying to find it.
I'm still trying to get my website opened up. My internet, for some reason, is dragging.
Oh gosh, I'm not home, so.
I can get my iPad. Maybe that'll work better. One second, guys. Kelly! Kelly! I need my iPad. Bring it back to me.
Whoa. Oh, I can pull up PowerPoint.
Oh, nuts. You can't have that anyway until your chores are done. All right, let's see if my iPad will work any faster.
This is super slow. Okay, so the question is, what countries that grew fast over the last 100 years?
Here.
I'm not finding it.
I don't think it's on this slide. So I remember it being in the book, and it's saying all I went based off of was the U.S., but I don't remember seeing anything that was 2.5. That's
You
why
remember where it was in the book?
I
I think it's the first page or first section.
yeah, it's like the first or second page. And if somebody has it up, if they want to share that screen, I just remember 2% was the only one that I saw because it says that the U.S. is an advanced economy, so
I think it's saying that countries that grew the fastest over the last 100 years, and this one are like Japan, Brazil, China, Mexico. All of them are like 2.6, 2.59, 2.53,
how are we
2.31.
going off based off of that? Um, are we going based off of this?
No, that's just the last 40 years.
Yeah, so this is not.
In the book, the very first page, then table 1.
Can you screen share or you?
Yeah, let me try.
I can
How
stop.
do I even do that?
There should be. Let me see. It's just on the left. There's like a green screen with an arrow.
Ah, okay. Do you guys see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Where it's saying like Brazil, Japan, China, Mexico, all of these are like the countries that grew the fastest, and they're up at like around 2.5.
But they're not 100 years. It says 100 years. Is it 100 years?
Well, these are more than 100 years, yeah. It's 1900 to 2014. 1890 to 2014.
Okay.
Is that who else got that one?
I got C.
I had C.
I had C as well.
Okay, we'll stick with C.
Okay. Moving on. Number 6. Last year, real GDP in the imaginary nation of Oceania, or Oceania, whatever, was 561 billion, and the population was 2.2 million. The year before, the real GDP was 500 billion, and the population was 2 million. What was the growth rate of real GDP per person during the year? I put D,
2%.
2%.
2%.
D.
Yep.
Okay. 7, which of the following would by itself reveal the most about a country's standard of living? I put D, productivity.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. 8, the notion that our ability to conserve natural resources is growing more rapidly than their supplies are dwindling is supported by the fact that I put C, inflation-adjusted prices of most natural resources have been stable or fallen over time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yep.
I remember that.
9, if an inexpensive alternative to oil were found, the price of oil adjusted for inflation, A, would
A.
decline as the alternative would reduce the demand for oil.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay, 10, Country A has twice as many workers as country B. Country A also has twice as much physical capital, twice as much human capital, and access to twice as many natural resources as country B. Assuming constant returns to scale, which of the following is higher in country A? I put A, both output per worker and productivity.
I put
Yeah.
D.
11, which of the following would
Wait.
increase?
Okay, so I put A. I remember putting A for that
Did
one.
everyone else put A? Because I thought it was D.
I guessed D, but this one I had a question on because I had no idea.
Me neither.
So some of you guys think D?
Yeah, I thought it was D. I thought I saw that in the reading. I could be mixing that up though.
I remember getting A, so I don't know why because I don't have my paper in front of me, but I remember A on this one. So I remember off of that formula, that with the Y and the.
The one in the slides.
Is it on the slides? I remember. Let me see. I didn't go off the slides. I never go off the slides. I went off the readings. And it was this one right here. It says doubling all inputs, multiplying each by 2 causes output to double. So this talks about doubling, right? Isn't that what it is? It says country A has twice as many workers as country B. Country A has twice as much physical, so it has twice of everything. So it has to have output. Doubling all inputs causes output to double. So it can't be neither because output does double.
Well, the only thing that it doesn't do is, so it has the physical capital, human capital, and twice as many natural resources, but it doesn't have the labor in it.
The labor is the amount of workers, and it says twice as many workers.
Okay.
Am I right? Isn't labor the workers, the amount of workers?
Yeah, okay.
So it has an output. It doubles the output. So that's why I had put both this one, and then obviously if it doubles anything, it's gonna up their productivity as well. So that's why I selected A. But that's my take.
Yeah, I'll go with that if everyone thinks that's right.
So, well, how many people said A?
Just you and me.
Just us two? And what did all 3 guys say?
I
I
put
did
D.
That was my guess.
I didn't.
Okay.
We have 2 Ds and an A with the guys.
Yeah.
I didn't know, so
Christian, what'd you put?
I didn't put anything on this one.
I'm sorry, you're breaking up. I didn't understand. What was that again?
I didn't put anything on.
You didn't put anything? Oh. So we are tied on this one. Christian, you're the tiebreaker. What do you want, A or D? No pressure, Christian. We all want a perfect score on this. So would you choose A or D?
I don't know. I mean, considering that it says in the end that a constant return to scale, meaning that there's no decline. So if you double the physical capital, then you would double the productivity, I assume. So A probably makes sense then.
Yeah.
So you would choose A, you said?
Okay, we'll go with A.
Because usually there's a diminishing return to scale.
Okay. All right. So are we going with A then, guys?
Yep.
I think so.
Okay. Well, if we get it wrong, you know. We'll blame Christian. All right. Number 11. Which of the following would increase productivity? I put D.
All the
of the
above. Yeah.
Oh,
But if someone disagrees, please let us know.
no. Probably just didn't read all of them. Yeah.
Okay. 12, if the number of workers in an economy doubled, all other inputs stayed the same, and there were constant returns to scale, productivity would, I put A, fall to less than 1/2 of its former value.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I just realized I had my screen off. I'm sorry.
Okay.
To A.
Yeah, 12, we put A.
Mhm.
Okay. I think I did B on that, but it's okay. Everybody else, though, majority rule. And I don't have in front of me why, so you're good.
Okay. 13, Workland has a population of 10,000, of whom 7,000 work 8 hours a day to produce a total of 224,000 final goods. Laborland has a population of 5,000, of whom 3,000 works 7 hours a day to produce a total of 105,000 final good. I put for this, C, Workland has lower productivity but higher real GDP per person than Laborland.
Mhm.
I put
You put what?
C?
D.
Oh, you put D?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess
I said C, I remember.
All right. Who wants to take this one and explain it?
So, yeah, the thing we're differing on is the GDP, which would be the total of final goods for each country. So what I did was just dividing the final goods, which is the total amount that's produced in the country, by the total population, because that would be the GDP per person. And if you divide 224 by 10, you get 22.4, and then 105 by 5, you get 26, which is higher for Laborland, which means Workland has a lower GDP per person if you consider the whole population.
Yeah, so that would be, wouldn't that be C? Oh, no, you're saying D. Okay.
Yeah, because if you divide 105 by 5, that's 26, and 224 divided by 10 is 22.4. So that's, they get less final goods per person.
Okay, so are we going with D then?
I don't know. That still doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I'm still stuck on C. What were you stuck on?
I put C as well. Because maybe I'm forgetting the real GDP.
I think it's C, because I just did the calculation. So Workland would be 22.4. And Laborland is 21. So that C is right. So Workland does have a higher GDP than Laborland, but they do have a lower productivity. It is C.
Oh, I think I did the math wrong. That's 21.
So it's C?
It is C.
Yeah, it's 20. Okay. Yeah, it's C.
That's okay. Us talking it out, we just help remind ourselves how to do it. That's a good thing. So, okay. 14, other things equal, relatively poor countries tend to grow C faster than relatively rich countries. This is called the catch-up effect.
Yeah.
If the best educated and most skilled persons leave a country, then in the short term, this country's human capital per worker, D, will decrease, but physical capital per worker will increase.
Yes, that's what I got.
So you got you. Anyone disagree? Okay. 16. In the U.S., each additional year of schooling has historically raised a person's wage on average by about D, 10%.
You put
In
D?
less developed countries, the gap between the wages of educated and uneducated workers is larger.
I put B.
You put B. Let's see
I
here.
thought the wages were smaller. I might be wrong.
I know it's 10%. I don't remember which one I picked, so I don't have it.
Well, they both say 10%. The difference is B says in less developed countries, the gap between the wages of educated and uneducated workers is smaller. And D says in less developed countries, the gap between the wages of educated and uneducated workers is larger. What did everyone else put?
I put D.
You put D as well?
I think
Did
it's
everyone
D.
else put D?
I don't remember which one I put.
I think it would make sense that in a very poor country, that if you get some education, that your wage would increase more compared to an uneducated person than in a very generally educated country like the US.
Well, it says okay in the education section, so 12-3D. In the reading, it says in the U.S. each year of schooling has historically raised a person's wage by an average of 10%. In less developed, in less developed countries where human capital is especially scarce, the gap between wages of educated and uneducated workers is even larger. So yeah, you're right. I misread that.
It's okay. Okay, so 16 is D. 17. Other things the same. If a country raises its saving rate when it's, or sorry, I'm having a hard time reading. When is growth of real GDP per person higher? I put B as the economy moves toward the long run, but not in the long run.
Yeah.
I put B.
B. But do you guys remember when we found that? I got that wrong. I'm pretty sure on the big main quiz at the end of the week. I was trying to figure out where that was at. Do you remember?
Let's see.
No.
Yeah, it's okay.
I think it has to do with the catch-up effect. But in the beginning,
Catch-up effect? Okay.
it will increase the GDP a lot in the beginning, but then after a while, the return will diminish.
Okay, you guys said B for that one?
Yeah.
All right, thanks.
All right, 18. Suppose that there are diminishing returns to capital. Suppose also that two countries are the same except one has more capital per worker, and so it has more real GDP per worker than the other. Finally, suppose that the saving rate in both countries increases from 4% to 7%. Over the next 10 years, we would expect that, this one I put a question mark, I put B with question mark.
I did put B as well.
I put B too.
Okay, so everyone agrees with B. All right, I'll get rid of that question mark. All right. 19. Which of the following public policies would be least likely to result in more rapid economic growth for a poor or developing country? I put D, inward-oriented policies.
Yeah.
Good. And 20. Economists differ in their views of the role of the government in promoting economic growth. At the very least, the government should A, lend support to the invisible hand by maintaining property rights and political stability.
Yep.
Okay.
Could we just go through 1 through 4?
Yeah.
That I missed.
Number 1, we
I
decided.
I just submitted it and I got 18 out of 20 with the answers that we changed.
Oh. Well, then let's go through this again. Number 1, we decided D.
Yeah.
D.
2, we decided C, 35 years.
Yeah.
3, C.
C.
If you disagree with something, please let us know because apparently we got 2 wrong. So
I put B.
B.
Yeah, because I looked on the same table as we looked on the growth and the income. Oh, well, the income and GDP is different. No, let's see. I think it showed the GDP. So it showed United States at, I think, $55,000 and Indonesia at like 10. So I took 5 to 10, but I mean, I wasn't really sure about this question.
So that could possibly be B. Okay, let's make a note of that. All right, number 4, we put C.
Yep.
All right, so let's go through this again, guys. 5, does everyone still agree with C?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 6, D.
I thought that B 5 was B.
5 was C.
For 2% per year.
Because in the table on the very first page of the book is what we found, the 2.5.
But you didn't find the 2.5. You averaged out, didn't you?
That's what it says, yeah. It says, so had average growth rates of real income per person.
Yeah, because they're not asking to average all the countries to see what the average is for all the countries. They're saying take the top countries and then tell us what the average growth rate is for those top countries. And the chart shows 2.5 and above.
Okay. All right.
At least for the top 3.
Okay, 6, does everyone still think that it's D? No one wants to answer.
Yes.
I don't have it with me. Oh, God.
7, I'm positive it's D. 8,
D.
I'm pretty positive that one is also D. Or C, sorry. Do you guys agree with C still?
Which, for 8?
8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember it said that in the reading.
Yeah, we found that one.
9A.
Yeah, 9A. Or did you say B?
A.
You said A? Okay. 10A.
I put 10.
11B.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, we
What'd
changed
you
it.
put for 10?
No, yeah, that I originally put D, but we found we discussed that and chose A as a group.
Okay. But we could still be wrong because we apparently got 2 wrong
That's
somewhere.
Yeah. So, I mean, this was one of the questions that we disagreed most on, I think.
Which one?
For 10?
Number 10. Because it does say in the PowerPoint, doubling all inputs causes output to double. But for some reason, where it's like assuming constant returns to scale, that I don't know why I got a different one because of that like clause.
Which one's number 12? Because I think I put B for that one. Let me see.
I chose A for that one.
Chose A.
Well,
for number 10.
Mhm.
In number 10, I also had A. Is there something someone had different besides A on 10?
Well, yeah, 10 I had D.
You had D?
I'm trying to find where I thought I saw that.
Okay. I'll put a D question mark just in case.
Would that
11.
would be like talking about diminishing returns? No, because it's constant returns. I'm just confusing myself even more.
Okay, 11. Do we all still agree on D?
Mhm.
Okay, 12A.
Mhm.
13. What was that?
I think it's B, and I don't remember why, but I remember putting B. But I don't know. I think I'm going to take this and see. I'll put my answers. If I get lower, it's fine. You guys can keep going on. Sorry.
Okay, 13C. 14C. 15D.
15 what was it?
D as in dog.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
16D. 17B. 18B. 19D and 20A. But those two are pretty easy, 19 and 20.
Yeah. So unless I just like selected the wrong ones, which is a possibility. I don't think I did though.
So there were 3 that we had differing answers on. It was number 3, number 5, and number 10. But number 5, I think we all concluded to stick with C. So the other two are number 3 and number 10.
I guess with number 5 in between 2.5 and 2, what draws the line of like countries that grew the fastest?
Yeah,
Because if we're looking at like the top 3, then it's 2.5. If we're looking at the top like 50%, it could be
that's true.
2.
That's true. What if they're talking about the whole chart, not just the top few?
Because I mean, if we're looking at the whole list, like averaging that out, that could be 2. I don't know.
True. Hmm.
Should we double check number 3 again?
Yes.
I wish we could see which ones we got wrong.
I know.
Hmm.
I'm gonna have to head out.
Okay.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank
See you
you.
guys next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See.
Alright, let's
Oh. Um,
Hmm.
it says under table 1. Let's see. Income per person in the United States, for instance, is now about 4 times that of China and about 10 times that in India.
on which number?
Talking about question 3. I'm looking at table 1 in the book. And if we compare Indonesia, which has a GDP of 10,200 approximately, and the United States, which has one of almost 56,000, which means it's less than 10 times.
Okay,
So
so
less than 5. Less than 5.
Oh.
No, United States is more than 5 times. That mean
current Nigeria. So
does it say anything in the PowerPoint maybe?
Hmm. Let's see. Okay. United States. Compared to
I think it's still C. I think that one's still C. There should be another one that we have wrong.
Can you read the question again?
I don't know, guys.
Which one, the average income in a rich country such as the United States or Japan is more than 3 times but less than 5 times the average income in a poor country such as Indonesia or Nigeria. B, 5 times but less than 10 times the average income in a poor country such as Indonesia or Nigeria. C, 10 times but less than 20 times the average income in a poor country such as Indonesia or Nigeria. D, more than 20 times the average income in a poor country such as Indonesia and or Nigeria. I still think it's C. I don't think that one's. I think it's C. I think we have another one that is wrong.
I'll do this super fast and see what points I get if I choose 3B.
And I'm gonna take mine with I think what I think. I'm gonna turn this off. I think we're done with the recording portion.